3 BHK, a 3-bedroom house, is just enough for a family. And just like that, this movie did just enough to be considered a good movie, but it didn't go above and beyond to be considered an exceptional movie or a great movie. It did just enough. The movie stars Siddharth, and if you watch the trailer, you know that it follows a normal family and the struggles they face in order to buy a house. And that's basically the whole story of this movie. And starting off, this is already a pro to the movie. It keeps things simple. There's not much stupidity to it or like goofy scenes, like the main character gets shot 5 times and then he survives, or the main character fights bad guys with a fire extinguisher while studying. It keeps things realistic. The movie is rooted in realism, which is already a plus off the bat. Since it keeps things realistic and the characters act like normal people that you would meet every day, the movie is also relatable. Also, the story itself is relatable, which is another plus. Some other things the movie did well was BGM. BGM was put in at the right moments and it sounded nice. So background score and the songs in the movie were all fine. Acting was also for the most part fine. Nothing like, again, exceptional, but nothing like terrible. It was all standard good acting. Only actor Sarath Kumar, he was kind of like a zombie throughout the movie. He didn't act that well, in my opinion. But other than that, everyone else did an okay job. Finally, Yogi Babu came in for maybe 10 minutes, and when he was in, he had some jokes that were funny. And that is basically all the good things I can say about the movie. Now, let's get into why I thought this movie wasn't super duper great and why it was just good. The one big main thing that held this movie back was that it was really, really repetitive. Super repetitive. So the family would be not close to buying a house, then they would work their way towards it, and then something would happen, now they can't buy the house. And then they would be close to buying a house, and then something would happen, and now they're far from buying a house. It was super repetitive. Also, this family was just always losing. They were always losing. So they would be losing, and then something good happen, and then they would be losing again. And why this becomes a problem is that the interval scene of the movie is supposed to be this sad scene where the family's at an all-time low. But the whole first half of the movie, the family was already at a low. So when they hit an even bigger low, you didn't even care because you were almost numb to them and their struggles. You were just used to it. So it did not hit as hard. That's a big problem because, for example, a movie I really like and that was really sad to me was Vale. And it was sad because the movie built up the characters being happy. So when the sad scenes came, you were really sad. But this movie did not build up anything. It was just almost like they were always struggling. You get numb to it. In my opinion, how they could have made this film more impactful is obviously start the family off poorer and then had them working towards buying the house. And then they had a big obstacle, which dropped them, and then had them work their way up again, and then a little obstacle, and then they reached their goal. But this movie was too much of a roller coaster ride and it was too repetitive for you to root for the family themselves. Overall, again, the movie, it keeps things realistic, keeps things simple, which is always a plus. So it's not inherently like terrible garbage, but it doesn't go above and beyond to be like a fantastic film. I would give the movie a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to watch in a theater, but you can definitely watch this movie and have a pleasant time watching it. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. God bless.